didn't have the best day today, so we're keeping energy G. But you know, it's all right. It's all right.
I got you. Well, you know, we got a bit of a rain delay here, I guess. Thanks to Quinn. You know, you made it start raining. So, I don't know how we feeling about this delayed qualifying session. How do you think you're gonna do?
Hey, I'll be dead honest with you. Praise God Almighty. Everything happens for a reason, brother. And I gotta say, Quinn Newton must have blessed me on this fine evening. I'm gonna go set a heating lap time just because of this. Let's see it.
Oh yeah, that's what I like to hear, man. You got that Toyota looking good. You think you're gonna put it in victory lane tonight?
Oh hell no, son. I might be putting in a turn for a wall, but I mean, if you ask me, it's about the same thing.
Alright, well, there you have it, folks. Turn 4 wall is the same thing as finishing first. You know, some would agree, I would say.
Yeah, so basically, how it's the same thing is when you cross the line with the wind, you usually have your foot all the way in the gas pedal, right? So when I hit the wall, I have my foot all the way in the brake pedal. So it's like the same thing, you know what I mean? So like we're just going for a little bit of fancy finish tonight.
Well, speaking of fancy finishes, let's bring up the man of the hour, the 88 to Quinn Newton. How we doing, Quinn?
Yeah, we're here. I like this new UI layout. How about you?
Yeah,
Great.
the new UI layout, really easy to understand. You know, it's really easy to not press anything you're not supposed to. Be pretty
Straightforward.
crazy.
It's literally not a millimeter from the button I'm supposed to push. You know.
What were you
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
push?
I was just trying to go qualify, and I accidentally didn't get over far enough. Apparently.
Oh, I didn't even see that little button.
Yeah, I'll send you a picture.
Oh, all right, folks. You know what? Here you go. Up here, I'll make it a little more clear to see here. This is an easy
It's
mistake.
right there.
So up here, I don't know if you can see my mouse on the stream. Yes, no, you can't. Hang on. All right.
People who have never had Avalon privileges wouldn't, or in this UI, which is most people, because this is my first time, came out yesterday or whatever. It's literally right next to it.
Yeah,
It's not
up
like
here
I
at
went
the
and
top.
clicked advanced session.
Right here, this is where he clicks to qualify. Right over here is the button he accidentally pressed that advanced the session. You're not supposed to press that, and that's a new addition since the last update. So
Yeah, it is.
easy mistake.
Yeah,
I thought you went over here and pressed this admin button, but no, you
No!
went and pressed this. This is a lot more forgivable. I probably would have done that myself if it wasn't you first.
Someone had to make the mistake. I sent a picture to Hayden and goes, you know what? It's understandable. It's not that bad.
I can't even blame you. That's right there, son.
Yeah. Yeah. Huh. Well, you live and you learn.
You know, we got a just extended practice session. That's all this is. So thank you for that. Now we got to talk with everybody.
Hell yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah.
What channel were you in? Bruce B?
Low dry. Low dry.
You were low dry. Okay. Back down low dry. Just yelling down there. All right.
So back to what I was talking about here. That turn for a wall, son. That son gonna be gripping.
All right. Well, we're about to move
All right.
on to
Good luck. Have
qualifying
fun
here.
today. I'll see y'all later, man. I'll
Good
see y'all
luck.
later, man. Have a good night.
I moved him out before he was done. Sorry, Davis. All right, we're about to get moving on here. Poor Quinn. Guy had to be the first one to make that mistake. Alright, we're going to go ahead and click this button normally and go to the next session. And now we're going to get into qualifying. And hopefully we can actually stay in qualifying here. All right, first driver out this time going to be the 81 Orion file. We'll take a look at it. Alright, since I'm seeing some chat in the YouTube chat here, nobody even got to start their qualifying lap before the session was advanced. No session was skipped because somebody missed qualifying. It was a completely accidental thing due to iRacing's new update. We put up the new session so that everybody would have an equal opportunity to qualify, and we wouldn't kick people out on points or anything. So it was actually in the interest of being fair that we put in the new session. Ronnie Holmes to the top of the board to start this qualifying session. .29.78 for that 57. He's going to come across to complete his second lap. Just a tad slower, so that lap 1 is going to count for the 57. That's what we've seen in this car after the new build. That first lap in qualifying tends to be faster, especially at these intermediates. Von Exner, top of the board for that 0-2. I think this is going to be the first points race for that team, so put it on the pole for now. Hayden Lowell jumps to the top of the board now. Bit of a different look for that 56 tonight. This is our first points race in this series, I think, ever here at Kentucky Speedway, so making history tonight in CTC. We've had a bunch of preseason races here, but we've never gone points racing here. And it's honestly a shame it's taken this long. It took a while for this place to earn its spot on the schedule, but it's put on some awesome preseason races. And I think we're going to see a good race here tonight with all 40 cars. Wolfbarger to the second on the board, and Nathan Scott to third, so that podium quickly changed in the last 30 seconds. Battle for that bottom spot right now to see who gets in. Mateo Ortiz starting his lap 1. He's one of the open cars trying to make it in. Same with this 99 of Alex Allen. He does not get a lap in. Both of his laps do not count. That 99, unless others also won't put it in a lap, he looks like he's going to miss this one. Bradley Wilson up to third. That 51 got a lot of speed here tonight. Blake Giglio lap 1, 29.72. That'll go to fourth on the board. And looks like he's going to take that lap. Joseph Madigan up to 13th. He's one of the open cars. This is also his first points race. Won the All-Star Open last week and then did not attend the main race. It was an interesting strategy. Alright, we got 40 cars with times in. 3 cars still do not have times in, and they don't seem to be getting out on the racetrack. So, 35 Nick Cooper. He is a chartered car. That means he's locked in, along with the 24 Jamal Collins. So that means there are 2 open cars that are in the top 40 right now that are going to get bumped out. We will go figure that out, and we'll be back to start this race in just a moment. Please stay with us. All right. Welcome back. Let's go through our grid for tonight's race. All right. Had to get penalties handed out there. A lot of naughty drivers after last week. So, that'll put the 51 up into the inside top spot. Starting first would have been Hayden Lowell. Now it is 51. And the 32. 32 is going to be the control car here. He's going to take the top. 57 of Ronnie Holmes going to be starting third. Okay, there we go. Blake Giglio starting fourth. Nathan Scott also taking a NEOL. The O2 going to be starting sixth. Ronnie Holmes going to start. Already said that. Everybody's all jumbled up with all these penalties. Kenny Frisbee in eighth. Dalton Hayes taking a black flag. Going to start from the back. Brentley Bryant going to start 10th. Patrick O'Keefe in 11th. Casey Graves 12th. Jessup Madigan 13th. Jacob Peterson 14th. Ryan File in 15th. Garrett Warren 16th. Cody Cleaver 17th. Brian Martin 18th. Andrew Griesbaum 19th. And Nolan Walker running on our top 20. Alright. We're going to be going green this time by. We've delayed this long enough. There's the rest of your grid. And a half hour late, pretty much. We are going to go green here. Apologies for the delay, everybody. Pace car's off. I head through the restart zone. And green, green, green. Green flag here, Kentucky. Oh, they're wrecking off a board. Caution is out. We got some cars spinning through the infield. take a look at what happened here. Off the 471, slides up into the O2. And the O2 gets sent down to the infield. Alright, let's actually back it up and see what happened with the O2 here. And 3 and 4, they're 3 wide already since lap 1, and 71 I think just was expecting the O2 to come up higher off the corner. I mean, Kentucky is one of those tracks, you don't usually go up to the wall, especially in that kind of situation. You don't really wrap the corner all the way out to the wall, so you can't really expect the car on the outside to go that high. I mean, you would hope they would if they're 3 wide, but you can't expect it, and it's just one of those things. It's one of those racing deals there. That leaves Bradley Wilson out front. Alright, gonna go back to green this time by 56, and the 47s still have yet to serve their drive-throughs. We didn't go green long enough for them to come down and serve it. Bradley Wilson in control, he takes the bottom lane. Here we go, pace car's off. Gonna go back to the green. Restart zone right there. And the 51 steps on it. Green flag back in the air. Down the backstretch. The 351 well out front. Now they're side by side for second. Both Carter Giglio and 76 of Madigan. They were just about 3 wide there for second. 56 does get down pit road in time. Looks like the 47 was able to pit as the green came out. Bradley Wilson sets the fastest lap of the race. Got a lot of speed in that 51 right now. He's coming up on the lap car of Dalton Hayes, who just served his drive-through. Dalton's not going to go and lap down without a fight. Hayden Lowell did go one lap down. He had to pit once everybody was up to pace, so there you see the difference. About 2.5 seconds worth of time. Bradley's still forced to stay behind that 47, and that's going to dump dirty air all over the front end of that 51 and slow him up. So he's going to want to get around this 47 as quickly as possible. Jason Graves to the inside of Blake Giglio there, almost slid right up into him. Stage 1 concludes at the end of lap 33. There won't be a stage break for that. Jonathan Rains, he might have had an issue on the backstretch. Saw a puff of smoke. The 5 car was off pace. Up front, Bradley Wilson still stuck behind the 47. 47 is driving the wheels off that thing to stay ahead of him. Doing a good job right now. He's actually pulled about a half-second gap. Looking farther back, Casey Graves to the inside of Jacob Peterson. This is for 6th. And we'll complete that pass. So Casey on the move right now. He started 12th in this race, up to the 6th spot. To the inside of Brantley Bryant adds the caution, comes out. 41 of Matthew Blackley is around in turn 4, along with the 56 of Hayden Lowell. And the 41 had a meatball. He had to tow it, so let's bag it up and see what happened. Right on board with the 41, see what happened. Contact with the 56 and the 77 ahead, and the 41 innocent bystander gets destroyed. Alright, let's bag it up and see how it started. So, like I said, 56 and 77 get together here into turn 3. We'll see how it actually happens. Looks like the 77 slides up. And Hayden definitely paid the price on that one. He got a ton of front end damage. I think he's also probably got race-ending damage. Right on board with him. Actually, let's go on board with the 77 here and see how he got into the 56. Yeah, just entered the corner a little too hot. And yeah, just got tight, slid up into him. Alright, we got cars on pit road. Alright, so Hayden Lowell, obviously a lot of damage after that one. He's a lap down, he's on pit road fixing damage, he doesn't have a meatball flag. Dalton Hayes was able to stay on the lead lap there. Didn't need the lucky dog as he was out ahead of the 51 when the caution came out, so he's in a pretty good spot. Looks like he came down for fuel. And that 56, not sure if he's going to get out of pit road in time here. But we should be going 1 to green this time. Hopefully the lights turn on at some point. We can actually see what's going on. Alright, we had a lot of issues there to start the show, but I'm going to post the live timing in chat so everybody can keep up with the raw timing data. Yeah, Matthew, I'm sorry to see that. You've had a good season so far, and you had nothing to do with that, and you probably got the worst end of it. Alright, back to the green flag we go. Wilson in control this time as well, from the bottom lane. There's the restart zone. Green's back in the air. Madigan up to second after that restart. Wolfbarger back to third. Brantley Bryant up to fourth. Casey Graves, who we saw, he was almost inside the top 5 when that caution came out. He has fallen back to 8th from this restart, so definitely not what he wanted to see. Alright, we've gone green for a little bit now. Ronnie Holmes has to fast lap the race, and I don't know if I've mentioned it this season yet, but that does count for a bonus point, as it does in real life. So, that fastest lap, a little bit more important than it used to be. You might think, oh, 1 point, that doesn't matter too much, but 1 point can be the difference between making those playoffs or not, so. These guys, even when they got a broken car, they might try to come out and set the fastest lap or something like that, just fix all the damage. We haven't seen that play out as it has in real life yet this year, but I'm sure we'll see it at some point. Casey Graves to the inside of Blake Giglio for 7th. And we're already starting to see these guys. That dirty air is playing a huge factor. These cars, after that new update a couple months ago, that dirty air is atrocious, and you got to find some clean air if you want to make any moves, and that's what a lot of these guys are doing right now. Looking at that 55, he's running the top lane in 1 and 2, and he's making moves up inside the top 10 now. He started 22nd in this race, and he's just ripping the top both ends of the racetrack. Here he's going around the 01 of Casey Graves, so not riding in line seems to be proving as a viable strategy for that 55. Few cars getting the wall off the 2 there. Jesse Jones to the top. Not quite going to get it done there. but I like that top lane. Take a look at our leaders side by side for the lead. Madigan looks like he used the top lane in 3 and 4, and he's going to get to the top of the 51. In the turn 1, Wolfenbarger is also there for the lead. Dead even as they come off a 2. 51 slightly ahead as they enter 3. Not going to clear him there. 76 going to get a huge run off of 4. Oh, contact almost made. Not quite going to be clear that 51 of Wilson yet. And there the lights come on. Huge change there. It definitely wasn't a smooth transition. Oh man, 51 really wanted to clear Madigan there. And it looks like he'll have him clear once again in 3 and 4. It's a little loose center of the corner. He's able to retain the lead. And a little bit farther back, got Nathan Scott, Casey Graves. This is the end of the top 10. 10 to go in stage 1. A top 10 will pay out points, so that's where you want to be at 10 laps from now. And Wilson going to want to hold on. He's going to want that playoff point you get from running the stage. And again, this is his first points race 6 weeks in, so he's not racing for points. He's not going to care too much about that stage. He's going to be racing for bragging rights. Wolfbarger, good run on the 76 there, but he had to back off. I think he got tight from the dirty air. Brantley Bryant, Ronnie Holmes. There was a battle there for 4th. Bryant going to hold on to that spot. Ooh, Iglio was really loose there in the 3. I think he got the air taken off of his spoiler underbody. I don't know what to call it. Oh, the 77 just cut right across the 60's nose. And he's still wrecking. That is Nolan's second wreck of the night, and I hesitate to call it on him yet before I see the replay, but it was it looked pretty clear to me. All right, back it up. OG Gear replay off of 4. Casey Graves makes it 3 wide off of 4. They're 3 wide right here, and 77 coming down, still coming down, and just across both of their noses. I've never seen somebody cut off 2 drivers at once. And it looks like, I think everybody avoided that. So, oh man, that was close for the O2 there. There might be some scuffs from people avoiding it, but for the most part, I think everybody did a good job staying out of harm's way. I think we're going to see some pit stops here. We're going to see some guys trying to flip the stage, especially those who aren't points racing like that 76, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see him come down pit road. But I think we'll see everybody who's points racing pretty much stay out here, especially the guys in the top 10. They're going to want those stage points. And the tire fall-up is definitely not there enough for it to make sense to pit here. And, oh, Bradley Wilson actually comes down. These guys are going to prove me wrong. A lot of the top 10's coming down to pit. So they're thinking the long game. I think Bradley, I mean, he's really good on points right now. He's got a really good situation going into these last 5 races of the regular season, so he can take some more risks, skip out on some points for a better track position at the end of the day. And I think that's what we're seeing here for a lot of these guys that came down. That's going to put Ronnie Holmes into the lead of this race. We're going to go green with, I think, about 4 to go in stage 1. Once everybody comes out of pit road, we'll give me an update and all that. So top 13 all stay out. 14th on back, come down for almost everybody taking 4 tires. There's a couple fuel-only stops in there. But for the most part, it's going to be 4 tires and fuel. You're not going to be able to make it to the end on fuel. Not even close. So we're going to see at least one more pit stop this race from everybody. Probably see a couple more. The tires probably aren't going to make it a full fuel run. They could, but they probably aren't. And we just had a delayed yellow. Not sure what that was for. So we're gonna go green. Not this time, but next time, apparently. Like, Hayden Lowe gets the lucky dog here, so he'll be back on the lead lap. However, he's still got pretty significant front-end damage on that 56. I apologize for the names popping up in the bottom right of the screen, and I also apologize if you hadn't noticed it until I said something just now. But iRacing, again, they released a new update last night-ish, or like mid-afternoon yesterday, and it completely changed the in-sim UI and everything about it. And there's some things they've kind of broken, like that voice chat is supposed to be hidden when the UI is hidden, but it is not. Same with the spotter messages. I don't know if you've noticed, the green flag pops up when we go green. So a few bugs here and there. It's not on my end. I can't do anything about it, so I apologize for that on iRacing's behalf. And that is also why we had the delay on the session, because they changed that around and some of our admins were not aware of those changes. I certainly was not as well. Alright, we're going to go green with 3 to go now. In stage 1. Would have been 4 to go, but somebody must have stopped on the track and delayed the green flag, so that will be looked back at and penalized. You're not allowed to delay the green for situations like this, because this is going to make it easier for those guys that stayed out to keep their positions. Pace car is off. So take the green flag once again. Green flag back in the air, running home. It's good restart. Might have had a misshift there into 1. Second and third close in. Oh, the 57 loose off of 2. Can he save it? Looks like he will, but he's going to lose a ton of positions. And they are a huge wreck on the backstretch. That's going to be a big caution. Kenny Frisbee, huge damage to the 18. And that will be the stage. Alright, well, the conclusion of stage 2 will be at the end of 67. So, go green here. Pace car's off. I'm going to go back to the green flag. Giglio going to take us to the green. Oh, Toll Owen spins off a 2. No caution, he's off the racing surface. See if we can see how that one happened. Like he just got loose. Giglio still in the lead. Scott and Graves side by side for second. Wilson, first car on 4 tires, up into 4th already. Brian File, huge damage on the front straightaway. That's going to be a caution as we have more cars wrecking up front. It's like the 77 and the 47. Alright, well, let's take one thing at a time here. Take a look at the 81. Yes. Off the corner and the 55 get together. And then later on this actually brings out the caution. We'll see what happens here. 47, 77... 10 has an incident ahead, and that causes the 77 to check up. 47 got him in the left rear. Under caution here. 36 speeds up and rams the 82 to take away his lucky dog. Giglio, the control car on this restart. Oh, Casey Graves missed the shift there. Checks up the inside lane. He might have tried to start in first gear there. It did not work out. O'Keefe, our Atlanta winner, he's up to second. Wolfmarger third. Graves holds on to fourth, actually, and then Bradley Wilson all the way back to fifth now. He had the unfortunate demise of starting behind the 01. Oh, Mateo Ortiz way off the racetrack. Bradley Wilson fastest lap of the race. 29.71. Giglio on 44 lap old tires. O'Keefe on 41 lap old tires, and he's got a lot of new tires behind him. Casey Graves, another one of those on the older tires. But these guys seem to be holding their own, even with that. The problem is going to come in for their fuel mileage. They should be able to make it with all the caution laps to the end of stage 2. But it's going to be close for them, and they're going to have to pit before a lot of other guys. Side by side for second. Wolfbarger on the new tires to the inside of O'Keefe. Not going to be able to do it. Just to get back in line in front of his teammate. A little blink there for the 71. .35. Nick Cooper, who started 39th, going for that hard charger. He's up inside the top 10. Madigan and Graves is for the 5th spot. Madigan going to take over the top 5. Totally. Haven't talked about him yet tonight, but he's got a solid run going in that 7th spot. He's got the newer tires just like everybody else, so he's in a really good position right now. Track position and really good fuel mileage and tires. For the lead, Wilson able to go, not for the lead, up into second. Giglio about a second and a half ahead in the lead. And Wolfbarger going to get a run on the 71 here, see if he can get by as well. But Giglio with the older tires does not seem to be struggling at all at the moment. Oh, man. Took the air off the spoiler for that 32, and he just about lost it. 71 fires back on the outside. Does not have a tire for it. And 32 actually making a move for second now. Those two Goon cars side by side as they hit the line. 32 just ahead. And all this battling is just making them fall back farther and farther from the 16 at Giglio. 17 to go in stage 2. Peterson, Hayden Wallace battle for 19th. Hayden looks like he's got that car fixed. So it's going to be a rebound for him here. Nathan Scott, Dakota Lee, side by side for 8th. Nathan Scott, it looks like he's got some of the freshest tires in the field. He's making him work right now. He's up to 8th now. Wolfberger has closed in really quickly on the 16. Might have got a little loose there in 3 and 4. Ryan Martin and Dennis Menz. It's a battle for 14th. A little bit of contact there heading into 1. And Garrett Warren and Jeff Price. And now they're 3 wide for a moment. As Peterson goes through the middle. Montrose got a good run going right now. He's been involved in some things tonight. Got a 4X, but looks like he's got strong speed just outside the top 10. Gonna make a move for 11th here. Oh, Garrett Warren loose in the background. Still trying to save it. He does, but not before he makes contact with the inside wall. That's going to be significant damage, I think, for the 04. Car looks like it's driving a little weird. You can see the left front's picked up. O'Keefe goes around Wilson. He's back up inside the top 3. Giglio has been able to maintain about a half-second gap on the 32. Alright, at the line, it's going to be 10 to go in stage 2. Man, bit of a scramble here around the outside of the top 10. Kobe Stidham, he's got significant front end damage. He is in danger of going 1 lap down. See, there's him, and there's the leader, Blake Giglio. So, Kobe's going to be hoping for yellow very soon. Wyatt McCombs slow on the front straightaway. See what happened here. Contact with 54, and he gets loose and slides down to the infield. He's able to save it and not bring out a yellow. So thank you, Wyatt, for not introducing a race-changing brake. I think as race fans, we do not appreciate drivers for saving it enough. We could have just had a major shakeup in the strategy, and it could have ruined a lot of drivers' races with that caution. So, thank you, Wyatt, for saving it. It would have been really easy for him to just let go of the wheel and let it sit on the racetrack and bring out a caution. So, we do appreciate it. Oh man! A lot of drivers getting sideways, and that might bring out a yellow. 55 and the 56 slide through the infield grass. They're off the racing surface, so there's no yellow yet. Let's see, he's still sliding. See how this one started. Like maybe off the nose of 57, and then 56 innocent bystander gets collected. Giglio took 4 to go in the stage, and he's only got about a 2-car length lead over the 32 Wolfbarger. O'Keefe is also there, so this is going to be a 3-way battle for the stage win. And that's going to be a caution. Alright, get this started. So, I think either a case of a broken car or somebody really wanted a caution. It's looking like his left front was broken. Not visually, but the way the car turned. Let's take a look at the inside cam, take a look at the wheel. Yeah, that was definitely not on purpose. Car was just really broken. I mean, you could make the case he should have towed it, but I don't think he knew that was going to happen. And that's going to bring out another caution. And it's going to be the end of stage 2. Giglio wins the race off pit road, 4 tires and fuel. Followed by Wolfbarger, Wilson, Madigan, and Scott, your top 5 off pit road. gonna go green next time by. This is gonna be a fuel mileage race to the end. I think we had several drivers come down and top off here. This is gonna be right on the edge of their fuel window. That's why you see the 51 rolling around on the apron. Save some gas. So if we go green to the end, definitely gonna depend on fuel mileage. Alright. Pace car is off. Coming back to the green flag. Giglio gets a good restart. It'll be a battle for second. Oh man, Greenwell, I think. No, that's Brian Martin. Heavy contact with the outside wall. No caution yet. No drivers went around. Battle for the lead. Wolfbarger goes to the lead here. And they are 2x2 around the top 10, basically. Joseph Madigan powers around the outside and gets turned off the nose of Giglio. The 51 hard impact to the outside wall. Huge wreck for the leaders. Major chase implications. And Giglio immediately taking blame on the radio. Off of 4. Yeah, Giglio just drives right up into his quarter. And the 51 and 71 both get severe race-ending damage immediately. There's no question about it. I think they're both going to be done for the night. And they had nothing to do with this. Take a look back. What happens to the 51 here? Trying to check up. Car goes around and 71 obviously nowhere to go. Right on board with the 71 through this. '60 also got in this. Let's see what ended up happening to the 60 here. Oh, got clipped by the 76. Well. So that is, I mean, O'Keefe, probably one of the championship favorites, championship 4 favorites, and this is going to be a tough one to rebound from. It's going to be a DNF. Same with the 51. Tough break for those guys. in other news, I think the 82 back on the lead lap. I could be wrong. I think he might have got the lucky dog here. Yeah, he's back on the lead lap. So that's 29 cars on the lead lap. Casey Graves is now your leader after that calamity. I think our entire top 5 basically just got erased right there. Giglio, who started the whole thing, has a completely clean race car. Usually how it goes. And we are 1 to green. Saw several cars come down and take fuel only here, so wanted to make sure they were going to gas at the end. And it looks like our top 15 all stayed out. Got an all true speed front row. Casey going to be our control car from the bottom lane. Pace car is off. And Casey Graves is going to get us back to green. Green is back out. Bradley Bryant with a good restart behind that 01, and he's going to immediately jump to the inside into turn 1. And Brantley going to clear. So Bradley Bryant to the lead. 3 wide here for the 4th spot. Now Menz, Holmes, and Ortiz. Ian Montrose, talked about him earlier. He's up into 7th now. And the 05 and Mateo Ortiz is doing good as well, almost inside the top 5. Dennis Menz, we saw him. He was in contention for the win back at Sonoma. And he's fighting inside the top 5 now. As for the cars that were involved in that accident, Wolfenbarger, he didn't get too much of it. He did end up coming down pit road. Oh, Dennis Benz gets turned into turn 1, and he's sliding back up into the field. Hold on to it, Dennis. Hold on to it, Dennis. And nobody hits him. And Ian Montrose, I think, also gets collected. So, Ian, I'm sorry for the broadcaster's curse. Yeah, the 34 just kept coming down into 1. I think he was trying to throw a block, but the 1 was there. Right on board with the 1 car, get a full view of this. Yeah, 34 just... Yeah, tried to throw the block, and the 1 was already alongside of him. And somehow everybody managed to avoid that 34, so I don't think anybody's got damage from this wreck. The only damage that's been done is the 34 is hurt in on-track position. Figures, both of the cars I just talked about get involved in a wreck. That's major broadcaster's curse. Brantley Bryant to the lead after all that. Was able to get around the 01 on the previous restart. This race, I mean, it could go on much later than the rest of our races this season. Alright, Friendly Bryant going to be in control of this restart from the inside lane. You know, green this time, but yada yada yada. Same deal. Let's take a look at our race stats. 8 cautions so far and 78 completed laps. 57 of those laps have been under green. Had 8 different leaders, 10 lead changes. Take a look at our weather. 71 degree ambient, so a cold night here in Kentucky, and a 74 degree track temp. That track temp is higher than the ambient just because of the cars going around on it, so the more we run under yellow, the cooler the track gets. And the more grip they have, and the more they feel like Superman, and the more yellows we get. It's a bad cycle. Alright, pace car pulls off again. That guy's getting his money's worth tonight. .52 through the restart zone. Gonna go in the middle of the restart zone. Gonna get a restart for the inside lane. Oh, the 05 is loose! And he's gonna come right up into the field. Lock it down, man. Lock it down. No caution. Somehow. I can't believe nobody got sideways there. About to be 3 wide for the lead. Holmes to the top, Graves to the bottom. Bryant gonna hold on off of 4, but Graves is still in that inside lane. And he's gonna fall back as well. Bad run for the 01. That bottom lane just did not hold up enough momentum. 52 gonna run to the top for 1 and 2. I think he got a little tight. That's gonna allow Ronnie Holmes to get to the lead. Not quite cleared on the backstretch. Bryant tried to come down entering 3. Just wasn't there, and the 57 officially to the lead. He's gonna lead lap 82. Davis Greenwell, when he's up inside the top 10, he's battling with Dakota Lee for that top 10 spot. Dakota going to take over 10th. Montrose, he's over the back bumper of that 32. Oh, 32 got a little loose. Teo Ortiz speeding down pit road. Oh, he just slid down pit road. Holmes still out front. Friendly Bryant a close second. Casey Raves third. Barger fourth and Montrose fifth. There's your top 5. just under 50 to go. Side by side for second, Casey Graves, Garrett Wolfbarger. Sorry, side by side for third. It's tough to count, I know. Graves going to give up that spot. Wolfbarger with slightly newer tires. I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference, but Wolfbarger might be pushing a little harder at the moment, and caution is out. Dakota Lee a round off of 2. Back up, see what happened. Well, looks like Wyatt McCombs got in there and gave him a little shot in turn 1. On board with the 10. No, they never actually made contact. 10 just got close enough to upset the air on the 3. And ended up sending the 3 car around. So I don't think the 10 did anything wrong there. It's just a matter of the fact that these cars, at this point, who decides to come down pit road here. I imagine not too many. Holmes. And a lot of cars coming down. I'm very surprised by that. I'd say majority of the field is coming down pit road. Might see some 2 tires here, if I had to guess. Not seeing any yet. Ronnie Holmes always bogged out of the pit box. And he's going to fall back to 3rd. Off the pit road, the 52 barely gets it. They were door banging for the race off pit road there. Alright, so top 5 stay out here. And 32 Wolfbarger apparently won the race off pit road because Brantley Bryant got a speeding penalty. So that's going to knock him back to the end of the longest line. So from winning the race off pit road to dead last, that's definitely not what he wanted there. Gotta put Blake Giglio to the lead. He pit 19 laps ago. We'll bring up our last pit lap on the tower. You can see just tire difference in all these guys. 20 and the 97 with the oldest tires. All right, Giglio in control. .41 to go at the line. Good restart for Giglio. Not so great of a restart for the 20. Oh, Hey Blow gets loose and destroys the 34. And the 97 just got wrecked after as well. Alright, let's take one thing at a time here. So, it's going to start with the 56 off the restart. Gets into turn 1 here. Comes down on the 32. Has to catch the car and slides up into the 34. So, there you go. That's that. And then if you look back here, as this wreck is happening, the 97 checks up for the 56. The 57 gets into him. And couldn't save it. What a race. I think the 24 Jamal Collins just got the lucky dog. Alright, Giglio takes the bottom. Alright, Giglio going to take us back to the green. Good. Oh, Casey Graves is spinning. He locks it down. And he is going to... I think he made contact with the inside wall, but no caution. Thank you, Casey, for not bringing out yet another yellow in this race. Greenwell trying to hold off Ronnie Holmes for third. Greenwell's got 32 lap old tires. Ronnie just took tires 7 laps ago, so that's going to be a quick and easy pass for that 57. Same with the 76 and Madigan. Those two both go by Greenwell. Giglio, 27 lap old tires. A lot of those laps have been under caution, so it's a toss-up. He could hold on. His tires could hold on to the checkered flag, or they could fall off in a little bit. We'll have to see. He's definitely hoping this doesn't go green at the end, though. Aiden Lowell, who got front-end damage after that last caution. He is slipping back. Wolfberger starting to run down Giglio for the lead. Giglio starting to walk away again. That dirty air definitely playing a factor. Blake out front, even though his tires are older, he's got clean air and he's able to do whatever he wants in terms of line, and that is a huge advantage. Lieutenant Wyatt McCombs trying to get around the 56 for the 9th spot. Not going to be clear off of 4. Jeff Price going to give a shove to the 56 down the front straightaway. Davis Greenwell, Jacob Peterson duking it out for 7th. And Peterson up into 6th. Ian Montrose, good job. Hanging on to that top 5, good rebound. He's been involved in some things since we last talked about him, so glad he was able to hold on to that car. Giglio, about a 6/10 over Wolfenbarger. Guys on old tires continuing to slip back. Greenwell, 38 lap old tires, and Lowell obviously with damage, but 32 lap old tires. The only one that's holding on right now is Blake Giglio up in the lead. And Ronnie Holmes actually ran down the 32 for 2nd. We have 29 laps to go in this race. Wolfberger gets loose. 57 took his air away. And into one. Looks like Holmes going to have that second spot. Montrose able to get up to fourth. He was able to get around Madigan. Checking on Casey Graves after he had that moment off of 2 after the restart. About 20 seconds back from the leader. He's got bad left front damage. He is definitely hoping for a yellow sometime soon. Giglio about 7/10 ahead of Ronnie Holmes. Now we're actually starting to spread out, and looks like we can go green for a little bit, hopefully. Big slide job from the 52 in 3 and 4, trying to get around that 5 of Jonathan Rains. Rains had some bad luck in his last few races, but he seems to be on a good luck. Having a little bit of good luck right now. He's on a good run, just outside the top 10. Got that Ben Rhodes 2018 Kentucky win throwback. Race car. Well, Greenwell and Price. This is a battle for 8th. Jeff Price, Nick Cooper, looks like they've settled that. Jeff Price up to the 7th. He's on the uptick right now. In terms of our leaders, top 3 have kind of broken away. Ronnie Holmes kind of reeling into 16, but not by much. So a little bit per lap. He's got 20 laps to get to Giglio. And Giglio's got almost 20 lap older tires than that 57, so I think this is about the part of the run where you're going to see those tires start to make a difference. Holmes trying to get offline here, get out of that dirty air. About that half-second range, that's where you're going to start to feel it in these cars. See, he moves offline in 3 and 4 as well. Doesn't seem to be helping them so far. Giglio, a little loose off of 4 there. Not something you notice in the TV cameras, but when you get on board with this 57, you can see it. Might be struggling with those rear tires. Almost, I think we're around 20 laps into this run now, so definitely going to have some heat in those tires, and he seems to be struggling a little bit off the corners. Wolfenbarger has closed in on the 57. A little bit farther back in this field, Mullins and Warren, this is a battle for 15th. Lift was able to fix that 82 car. He had some pretty bad damage early on in this race, so able to come back from 2 laps down, had a lot of damage, and I would say fighting for a top 15, that is definitely really good considering what has happened to him today. For the second spot, Wolfenbarger's right there. And he's going to have to make that move now if he wants a chance of getting to Giglio. And a good run for the 32 through 1 and 2. He should have him all about clear in the 3, and he does. So Wolfenbarger up to second. Oh, he's loose! Catching the car. He was able to corral it. That's going to give a run to the 57. I don't think he's going to do much here. I think he understands the 32's got some later run speed now, and it's just going to hurt him if he tries to fight him. Casey Graves, 25 seconds back from the leader, and he's about 5 seconds away from going a lap down. Giglio, major loose off of 4. He had to get out of the gas big time. That allows Wolfenbarger to make up about 2/10 just off of that, 3/10. A total of 4, almost a half a second. Giglio lost there off of 4. He's feeling those tires now. For this 8th spot, Nick Cooper and Jacob Peterson. Aaron Warren still trying to hold off Mullins, and now he's got Trevor Trego to deal with. Oh, Trego's loose 3 and 4. He's still... Man, that was close. Was able to save it. Good save there. Walker, Dalton, Hayes. We saw these two get together early on in the race. Look at our leaders. Wolfenbarger is stagnated about a half second back. That's what we've seen all night. That dirty air just stops them right in their tracks. And Kentucky is not making a good case for itself to be back on the schedule next season. I figured we'd have some lanes open up, they could move up and get out of that dirty air, but it doesn't seem to be the case right now. They're all wrapping the bottom, they try to move up to get out of the air, and it's just slower. And I don't want to blame it fully on the track. This reconfigured version of Kentucky is not that bad of a racetrack. It's these cars and this dirty air that they have, and it's a problem in real life just as much as it is in the sim now. Eight laps to go in this race. Giglio, as long as he keeps it clean, got a good chance of taking this home. Just, he's praying we don't get a caution. And then his tires can hold on for a little bit longer. It's been 55 laps since he's been down pit road. Hearing some fireworks here around 13th. The driver's unhappy with the 77's driving style at the moment. Battle with the 47 and 77 here. This is for the 12th spot. Oh, the 47 got the wall. Meanwhile, Ian Montrose, he's closed in on the 57. Might be able to take home that podium spot. This battle for 12th still raging on. '77 is loose. That's going to lose him a ton of time. Allows the 47 to take over 12th. On the 56, looking for that 13th spot. Meanwhile, Joseph Madigan, he's close to the 1 car, so this could be a 3-way battle for the 3rd spot. With 5 laps to go, coming to 4 to go. Giglio about 8/10 ahead of Wolfenbarger. Four laps to go. Brent McBride, Nick Cooper close for 7th. Wolfbarger had a good run there through 1 and 2. He's closed the gap to 4/10. Oh, Giglio got loose. Got the wall off of 4. 3 laps to go. Three wide into 1. Mullins, Trago, and Cole. Oh my goodness. This is what Giglio does not want to see. Checking on our leaders again. Off of 4. Going to take 2 to go as Casey Graves goes 1 lap down. Checking on this battle for 14th again. Mullins clears for that spot. And take a look at our leader, Giglio. For 3 and 4, going to take the white flag this time. And with 19 lap older tires than Wolfbarger, he's going to take the white flag a half second ahead of him. 1 lap to go here at Kentucky. Down the backstretch for the final time. Giglio looks to have it all but settled. 3 and 4, clean for the 16. And off of turn 4, no contest. Blake Giglio going to take home the win here at Kentucky Speedway in the KDESIGNS Kentucky Derby 200. Wolfbarger second, Holmes third, Montrose fourth, and Madigan rounding out your top 5 tonight. As we have a car spinning through the infield, coming to the line. I think that's the 10. No, that's the 54, Brian Martin. Let's see what happened on Brian. Oh, just got loose off the 4. There you go. Alright, let's check in with our leader, our winner. Hey, Blake, it's Lucas in the booth.
How's it going?
Hey, man, well, take home the win tonight. Weird strategies going on tonight. A lot of wrecking. A lot of crazy stuff going on up front, but you were able to hold on with those old tires and take home the win here in Kentucky. How'd you do it?
Yeah, so the first for the stage, I misinterpreted the rules when I read it. I thought it was like the last time you went green. I didn't realize it was the last completed. So that was my bad for my crash out there. I do apologize for that. But yeah, I learned that by doing that the old tires lasted because that first run there, I held on for a while as well. So I was like, yeah, why not try it for the win? And the tires were definitely cooked for sure. I wrecked like 4 times on the exit of the corners, but setup was really good. So great job with that. And keeping the green at the end was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm really glad we went green at the end. I think it was almost 40 laps we went green there, so definitely pretty good. And I'm glad your tires were able to hold on. I could definitely tell those, especially the right rear, was going out on you. And I was really
Setup
worried.
was so good though.
You were going to lose it off before. I mean, you got the wall probably a couple times there at the end, right?
Definitely. I had to mute up in Discord out because Garrett was catching me, and there was really nothing I could do. It felt like, and then I just started really driving it into 3. But the fun part about the setup and why I say it's so good is you could run the top-ish, the middle, or the bottom, and the pace was there. So great job doing with that setup, and looking forward here next week. I think that's 3 points wins in a row, right?
We'll check with Larry, the stats guy, on that one. Hang on just a moment.
Larry must have been drinking.
No, the Atlanta was won by Patty O'Keefe. Then you won Darlington. Yeah, so this is... I thought you were saying 3 in a row. That is your third points win of the season. You are correct.
There we go. Okay. Where did I win? I don't even know where I won the first one at, but we'll take it.
It was Sonoma and the choke.
Oh, I got
110.
lucky. That's why I won. I got lucky. Yeah, I got lucky. So we'll take the wins. Yeah, we take them when you can get them, right?
Absolutely. Got any shout-outs for the win?
Yeah, shout out to you for broadcasting everything you do at CTC. Goons, OG Gear. Shout out to Brantley for sponsoring tonight. Yeah. Thanks, Casey, for building this hot rod. That's BGR motors were good. And Bubble Bath Paint will be out next week.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it. Congrats on the win. So go celebrate with the team.
Hell yeah. Thank you.
Was Blake Giglio taking home the win? Let's get a word with our second place finisher. Garrett, it's Lucas. Got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, taking home second tonight. Just came up about a half second short. It seemed to be where you were stuck for the remainder of that race behind Blake, but still, good points night for you. How was it?
Yeah, man, it was really fun. Honestly, not a huge fan of Kentucky, but setup was good, and I liked how it trended loose there at the end of the runs, and thought we'd have a good car all night, and really just stayed up front. I mean, I think I got third in the first stage, second in the second stage, and was setting up good for points, and then did a little strategy call there at the end. Blake stayed out, and I went in, and didn't know who was going to be the victor of that, but clearly he did. That clean air was just so much better. I got behind him, I just never really could get to him, and I seen Ronnie fly by me, and I was getting a little nervous, thought maybe I burnt my stuff up, but saved enough and got back around him, and just was hoping maybe Blake got loose once, and I was like, he does that again, I'll be right there, but just never happened. But glad to get the P2, and been a couple weeks since we won, but keep talking to you, so hopefully just keep on doing that and keep getting points, and hopefully get us a regular season championship. So we got it last season, and hopefully do it again.
Yeah, you're looking good for that right now, and going into Indianapolis next week, I think. So how are we feeling about that one?
India, did a lot of A Open there a few weeks ago when they were actually there, and really liked the track and the car combo, and your setup's probably going to be better than the fixed set, because that fixed set was trash. So hopefully we get out there, do a whole bunch of practice, and just get really good at the setup, and be talking to you again.
Definitely, man. Well, any shout-outs for second?
Yeah, I want to thank everyone on One and Goons, everyone on One and Goons Black Team, OG Gear, Brantley Bryant for the paint, as always. Ron Ryan File for being the pit box, being the crew chief there at the end when he wrecked out. So appreciate that, and you for broadcasting and running the league all season, and then everyone else for showing up. Had what we have out here, 42, 43 cars. So big field for Kentucky. So appreciate everyone for showing up.
Yeah, thanks for talking to us. Congrats on the second. See you next week.
Yep. Thank you.
We'll get a word with our third place finisher, Ronnie. It's Lucas. Got me?
Yes, sir, I do.
Hey, man, nice podium finish for you tonight. Looked like that dirty air was just kind of stopping you from catching Blake, and then tires might have gone away for you at the end. But still, nice podium finish for you. Good points tonight. How are we feeling?
Yeah, thank you. I mean, it's just like you said. I was chasing Blake down, and then he figured out what I was doing, and he started running my line. I tried to do something different. Garrett got past me, and just after that, man, it was dirty air. It was just pain in the rear. It was rough. It was like Nashville this year in real life. It was just gridlock. Couldn't go anywhere, unfortunately. It's just a downsider with this car. But I will say, that was definitely the most fun I've had in quite a while, though. Running up front and being competitive, it's always a good feeling. I just want to shout out Triple J, Jesse J. Jones, great team owner. Does great things behind the scenes. Just want to shout out my painter also, iRacing Design, or Patrick O'Keefe. I also want to shout out Ancient World and my sponsors, Next Level Racing, Abruzzi Racewear, Glitch Energy, and Swordog, and for all and they do. But yeah, it was a fun race. I enjoyed that. It started out as a caution fest for a while and ran green. And it got put in a good spot, but unfortunately, dirty air just stinks.
I got that. That's funny. Appreciate you talking to us. Congrats on that podium finish. We'll see you next week for Indy.
Yeah. Also, I do one final thing. I want to apologize to Dave Hoitzma for absolutely killing him. I apologize. It was fully on me.
Yeah, tough break. I'm sure he'll be complaining to me, but I'm just kidding. Don't worry about it, man. Thanks for talking to us.
All right. See ya.
All right, that's going to do it for our top 3 interviews. Now we'll take a look at our results here. See if the paint schemes are correct this week. Usually hit or miss. Oh, they're correct. Awesome. Love it. Blake Giglio taking home the win. Garrett Wolfenbarger 2nd. Ronnie Holmes 3rd. Ian Montrose 4th. Joseph Madigan 5th. Jeff Price 6th. Nick Cooper 7th. Brantley Bryan 8th. Davis Greenwell 9th. Jacob Peterson rounding out our top 10. Wyatt McCombs takes home 11th. Dalton Hayes 12th. Nolan Walker 13th. Cliff Mullins 14th. Nice job, Cliff, on the rebound. Trevor Trago runs out our top 15. Hayden Lowell 16th. Abigail Von Exner 17th. Garrett Warren 18th. Jeremy Scherer 19th. Brian Martin running out our top 20. Jonathan Rains 21st. Dakota Lee 22nd. Casey Graves 23rd. Jamal Collins 24th. Mateo Ortiz 25th. Dennis Menz 26th. And I think Ortiz was our final card across the line. So onto our DNFs with Menz and Dave Hoitzma taking home 27th. Griesbaum 28th. Scott 29th. O'Keefe 30th. Got Bradley Wilson 31st. Kobe Stidham 32nd. Jesse Jones 33rd. Ryan File 34th. Toll Owen 35th. Kenny Frisbee 36th. Daniel Llewellyn 37th. Quinn Newton 38th. Matthew Blackley 39th. And Cody Cleaver, our final finisher, in 40th. That's going to do it for me tonight. Make sure to tune in tomorrow for the 712 Breaks Gen 4 series. I want to say a huge shout out to, first of all, Brantley Bryant for sponsoring tonight's race, the KDESIGNS Kentucky Derby 200. Sorry, Brantley, it was such a wreck fest, and glad you got home at 8th, even in spite of that. I also want to shout out Wanted Goons, everybody over there, for sponsoring the series and allowing us to do this awesome prize pool we have this season and everything else. So thanks to all of our sponsors, everybody that helps out. But going to do it for me tonight. I'm Luke Soitzma. See you next week.